conference because I'm not an engineer or a computer scientist. So that's why I'm here. I'm delighted to take any questions that you might have if you wish to ask. Please feel free.
So as far as higher education is concerned, where a country like India stands at the moment?
Where India stands, I think what I would expect is an increasing demand for higher education in India. In fact, whilst driving from Delhi to Panipat this morning, I've seen a lot of adverts which are about education, sometimes secondary, sometimes higher education. And I think that demand will grow as people want to take advantage of the opportunities that the degree provides. For example, at Staffordshire University, we say that we want to transform people and communities through accessible, high-quality higher education. And I genuinely believe that. I think higher education has the potential to transform individuals' lives, but also society and the economy, and drive, as India grows and develops further, it will need more graduates. I think that's likely to have to be done partly by government investment, but partly by private individual investment, because I suspect the demand is going to be so great that no government could possibly fund all higher education. It just wouldn't be physically possible. So for organisations like APIT India, backed by an educational society, I think that's a very important direction, and we would certainly be very keen to see APIT India grow.
Rana is a very small state where you have come today. I think 140 colleges are already running in this state. Very small state, this Haryana. But I think placement is very major issue these days. Placement is, I don't think students are satisfied as far as placement is concerned in colleges, even though they claim to be major colleges of the area. But placement is big issue these days.
Yeah, by placement,
jobless.
Sorry?
Jobless.
Oh, the employability skills. Well, absolutely. I think if you have a situation where you want to allow competition, then you will get potentially a lot of supply and a lot of claims made. I think it's really important that any programme that you offer thinks about what the students are going to do when they finish. And if you're not making sure that they're well set jobs subsequently, you're not doing a very good job for them. Now, we at Staffordshire University want to be absolutely certain that students are acquiring the skills of employability. And that's something that our partners are very keen on as well, so that you get an expertise in the subject area, which is absolutely vital, but you also can apply that into the world of work, whether it's in the area in which you graduate or somewhere else, so that you learn things like time management, problem solving, ability to work creatively and innovatively. And those one subject area, and then apply in other areas of work. So I think it's really important that you do provide people with those skills. And I think the other thing is you need to be able to encourage graduates, whilst they're students, to think about their own businesses, not necessarily working for an organisation. Certainly back home, we have a number of students who set up their own businesses, and often that will be a computing area or in something like film, video, because you don't need big organisations to do that. So quite successfully set up their own business. For example, we've got a number of student and then graduate-based businesses which work in social media, use social media. A huge benefit there of people who are relatively young, because they're more used to using social media, so they can apply that in a range of other areas.
In next 10 years, what do you see scope of which course is raising? In next years, what is going to happen across the world?
I wish I knew. I really do wish I knew. Because You ask a very important question, but it's extremely difficult, I think, to predict. I think some key areas will remain of real importance, but they'll change as technology changes. Engineering, computing and information technology, business. The programs that APID India are currently doing will, I think, continue to be programs of huge importance over the next 10 years, but exactly what the content of those programs will be in 10 years' time, that I'm not sure about, nor am I sure that the teaching methods won't have changed. I think people will be using the internet more and more. They'll be accessing materials made available by different types of institutions free on the internet, and so our job will be to make use of that and take the students further using those sorts of materials, but always being prepared to change the subject as technology and its application changes as well, through partners. And that would be a way of extending the opportunities to take a Staffordshire University degree anywhere in the world. So take APID India. Here is that the students can take a Staffordshire University degree without leaving India. And that, I think, is the way we would do that. We do a few degrees online, and that might well be something that gets taken up. But I think most students want face-to-face teaching, and that, I think, is where collaborative education really plays its part.
A difference in Indian or foreign education?
Sorry?
Difference in foreign and Indian education?
Well, I'm not an expert on Indian education, so I think I would struggle to answer that in a very full way. What I would say is that by offering the programs that are offered here, you provide of a British higher education, they may do so. The program here is both approved by us, but also by the All India Council for Technical Education, so it has full recognition in India. And I think students then can make a choice. They can choose Indian, or they could choose British in India. And I think that choice is really important. And it's our job to provide the students with enough information that they can make a rational choice about what type of education they wish to engage in.